You're watching the weekly Wednesday What's Up, the section of my channel where I tell you everything that happened within my life in 1 week, or at least the gist of it, and this is a little bit of a delayed one. I'm sure it's Wednesday somewhere in the world, but this is one of those special hangover editions and such. I have a really bad hangover, actually. It's getting better, but I was laying in bed for a while, and I don't know what happened. Oh, actually, I know exactly what happened. It was around 3 a.m., and I was finished up my Flash episode reaction, and then what happened was I realized that I left part of the Flash episode out, so I had to go back and redo it a bit, and I don't know why, but for some reason it just took a long time to render again. Like the entire episode, like the whole night recently, the computer's been having this problem, which leads me to believe I might have to look into a different way of editing, and not on my MacBook Pro anymore, because the space is really just bad. Not recently, like it's just not. It's, let me put it this way. My phone, I haven't been able to back up my phone ever since I left Fukuoka, because the iMac had storage space, but it's so weird. You can't use external space for iTunes on your MacBook Pro. It's the weirdest thing. So this MacBook Pro only has like 128 gigabytes. That's like the same size as the phone. So I don't know what's going on with the MacBook Pro. Like, how many times am I going to say MacBook Pro? But it's just a space issue, and I honestly wish I could hire like an engineer or somebody that could just keep things clean and formatted on my computer all the time. Like a specialist that knows a lot about editing and Final Cut Pro X, and make sure they just come in and every once in a while and just clear out the computer. Because honestly, I've looked around and I've looked for backup drives, like the backup folders and such, and like I can't find anything else. Like, and I delete a lot of the projects off of Final Cut Pro, and it's really weird. Anyways, that's one under it. And so I started drinking, and I think I rushed it a little too much, and now I have a headache. And I tried to adjust my neck this morning, but I think I gave it too much push or torque, and now I think it definitely made it worse. It used to just be tight, now it's actually painful, so I'm gonna have to go to the chiropractor later today. The good news is I guess I can go to Akihabara now, so I've been wanting to go to Akihabara for a while. The problem is that chiropractor isn't very good at adjusting these problems, and that's actually a bigger concern of mine, is the fact that tomorrow I'll be seeing the movie Civil War, and I wanted to find a chiropractor that actually could do the right adjustment in the back of my neck, the C1, C2 section, and really release the nerve ending, because I have a feeling I'm just going to go to this guy in Akihabara and he won't be able to fully do the job, and I need to find a new chiropractor. The one in Korea was really good, and then the one I had in Fukuoka was great. And he was really cheap too. Only 2,500 yen. The problem with a lot of these other chiropractors is it's like somewhere from like around 8,000 yen, which is like $80 a visit, and I don't need to be doing that all the time. But the good news is, ever since I switched up beds and lifestyle sort of situations, got an actual bed, a real bed, not like one of those brick beds or whatever. Like, I've had less back problems and hip problems, which is good, and the knee problem's gone away. But kind of gone away. But yeah. Anyways. So let's move on to some other stuff. A lot of collaborations, a lot of weird stuff going on in all the communities that I'm part of. It's really, really strange, actually. It's like there's like no community I'm part of is safe from drama or something. And, and honestly, truth be told, there's nothing I want to. Like, it's not like I actually choose to be part of some of these communities. You just are by default. For example, J-vlogging. I don't consider myself a full-blown J vlogger, or I don't have a J. People would definitely say I don't. The same as reactions. It's not a reaction channel. It's not a J vlogging channel, but I do have J vlogging videos, so to speak. You know, I just happen to live in Japan. Same thing with reaction. It's not a reaction channel, but I happen to have reaction videos and a lot of them because, you know, it's quantity over quality most of the time for reactions and easier to render. But I'm sitting on so many J vlogging videos that I haven't put together, like as far as 2 Halloweens ago already, and one of the more recent ones was in January where I went to the Imperial Palace, and I really want to put more of those out there. And it has had me thinking actually more and more about the future of how to take the Akasan channel, and if it's time to start splitting up a lot of this stuff, and not even that, just even like reactions in general, the reaction videos, you know, keeping everything ideally the way it is here, but I was debating on making a pure react channel, so to speak. So like, and what I mean by this is the fact that what I generally do now, it's just TV show stuff, right? TV show stuff and stuff I'm a fan of, right? So if I'm a fan of, and if I have the permission for it, if, you know, I use my judgment and they're cool with this sort of stuff, then I react to it, right? And I put time into it, intros, put the layer, all this other stuff, and it takes a long time. It takes about 30 to 40 minutes. There's a faster way to go about doing this but I never did it because I didn't like it. Just looked kind of cheap and lazy, so to speak. You can run it through OBS, Open Broadcast System, or Open Broadcast Source, something like that. You can run it through OBS and you can just do pausing, and it's actually kind of convenient, but it's still kind of cheap looking. You can do the pausing, stopping, talk, comment, pause, you know, do it again, like stop the videos every once in a while, and you're just recording it a layer onto another layer with the webcam or whatever, opposed to the way I do it separately and have to merge the two together later. Saves a lot of time, but also it's also one of the big issues that React channels come into. The problems that they have, these React channels have, is it looks really simple and kind of lazy to do, of just taking somebody else's video. So hence the reason I'm never in any of these hate videos, because just give 2 seconds and you can actually see the videos I'm putting up have some work put into them, especially the TV show ones. But what I wanted to say here is I'm debating, for those that would like me to do more random sort of stuff without caring about getting permission and like things like that, like just make a more another pure React channel, and that way it protects my main channel, the Akasan channel, but satisfies those. I mean, I don't really find much entertainment in reacting to anything and everything, but I know people like those as well. So it's a tricky situation, and it's also tricky because it'll make my day, like if I just grab anything and everything and, you know, just take any request, it's kind of tricky because if I go into it without knowing much about it, it might be a bad reaction, or I'll just be like sitting there staring or whatever. But if it's something good, I might turn me on to something I've never seen before. Do you guys know what I mean? Like, for example, like the Ruby stuff, like the Ruby trailers. Like I end up watching it and I'm like, oh shit, this is really cool. Thanks for requesting it. That's the tricky situation. My assumption here is the fact that if I take all the requests people to give me and I just do really quick just hey, what's up? Let's go, boom, boom, boom. I'm going to say maybe 20% of the time, I'll find something that I'm really interested in. That's my estimation. But I don't know. I was thinking about doing this experimental sort of React channel. I had a meeting actually with the people that do the vines and such. So I do now have a form of permission to start doing the Vine stuff, and we worked out a deal, so that's cool. So I'm debating if I do a pure React channel, maybe put it on that particular channel. That might be the way to go about it. Or I don't, because I want to, the actual Akasan channel, I want to diffuse this image of it being a React channel or fully a reaction channel, because what's happening is with that image people have, or that image the outside people have, is it starts to hurt trying to do other things, so to speak, and are bringing back other stuff. So when I do like the vlogs or even the weekly Wednesday What's Up, people are like, why do you do these kind of videos? And I'm like, I've been doing these type of videos long before I was ever doing reaction videos, and are like an Akasan quickie video, right? So it's getting harder to get the right exposure to that stuff. And you know, I had a meeting a few days ago with a director and very famous Japanese celebrity type of person, and myself, and we were kind of discussing like there's some things we're moving on to in the future about some feature film type of content that we want to start collaborating on in the next 6 months or so, maybe about the next 6 months. And it's tricky. It's going to be tricky to try to put that on the channel as of right now, because people wouldn't be ready for that. Do you know what I mean? People wouldn't be ready to see something like that. Like, why are you putting this on there? So I'm trying to curb it a little bit more to get the audience to understand this is a variety channel more and more. So that's why one of the reasons I haven't been doing as many reactions recently, because I'm trying to force myself to just, it's so easy to do those in a sense. It's so easy to actually record them because there's a formula you can follow, or I can follow. I've been doing it for a few years where I kind of already know the steps of how to produce it. But any other type of video content, I'm almost starting from scratch, and there's not really a storyboard I can follow. I kind of have to make a story based on the video content I have, the footage. I'm sure people like Charla in Japan and Rachel and June have to think about that sort of stuff all the time when they're putting things together. And that's why, I've mentioned this before, that's why regular YouTubers generally only put out 1 to 2 videos a week, and that's it. But because it's so centered focused, putting out 1 to 2 videos twice a week, the views come in pretty strong. You're doing 33,000 views a video in like a few days or so. So I guess, I don't know. It's interesting looking at some of these top J vloggers and seeing how they can pull some of that stuff off. So I don't know. And then I also think about my audience. It's like, okay, the people that come in for the reactions, sometimes you'll have some of them trickle into the other stuff that I do. But then the people that only come, here's what actually is the bigger problem, the kind of J-vlogging crowd, this audience, the people that are interested in me living in Japan, they might check out 1 or 2 videos. However, they don't really subscribe because they're not interested in reaction videos. That's what makes this a little tricky, is the reaction videos tend to push away another audience that I could have. And then on top of that, when all things said and done, I still live in Japan, and there's so many opportunities to, like I said, with directors and things like that. Like there are numbers and there are opportunities, but it has nothing to do with reactions. So that's the tricky part of this channel right now. And I want to really kind of get more of a focus and like a concrete focus, so when people come to the channel, they know exactly what the deal is. You know, it's not just a reaction channel. It's not just a J vlogging channel. It's not just skits and the other stuff that I do, gaming and things like that. It's a variety channel, but a variety channel has its issues in terms of bringing in an audience. When people look at it, like, you know, I don't know. Hopefully I can clean this up a bit, like the playlist and some other stuff. That's, I think, one of the other problems is I haven't really cleaned up the YouTube channel, the playlist stuff. I tried, I made playlists, but I don't really know how to actually organize. I've seen other YouTubers really clean up their front page a lot more. Like, I did it with the graphics at least, but the actual like organization through YouTube, need help. And Charla in Japan said that she was going to help me. That's something she really knows how to do. So I've always been slightly inspired by some of the formatting that she does with her channel, and like the segueing. Like, I've wanted to contact that person, and she referred me to the person that does her animation, because I would like to do something similar to that in the near future, which is good. Speaking of Charla, I promised her I'd give her a shout out here. It looks like we might be collabing in the near future, and because of that, she would like to see some more cuts in my vlogging. She didn't even know about the weekly Wednesday What's Up, but I understand why, which leads to this issue I have about people, the focus on the channel. It's hard to pick out because it's so sporadic and not really formatted as much as I need it to be. I kind of got a format with the schedule, at least the reaction schedule, or the schedule Monday through Friday, but there needs to be even more when people just take a look at it, in the intro, or at least the outro, more formatting to let people know what's going on. That being said, here's a quick clip. You know what? It's already been 17 minutes of a vlog. Never mind, Charlotte. I'm gonna hit you up next time, because I recorded something a while back, a couple days ago, of me buying some curtains. These curtains. Let me get you on the next weekly Wednesday What's Up, or I'll just do an Akasan quickie, okay? Because 17 minutes that's too much already. All right, guys, like, share, subscribe. Tomorrow, Civil War. I might get some other videos out today. I'm probably gonna go to the PO box today, actually, because some stuff actually has arrived. So I'm probably gonna pick that up and do the chiropractor thing as well, and have a Civil War video that I did want to make about YouTube, like 5 things I want to see in Civil War. In all likelihood, gonna record that tonight, if not tomorrow, if not early right now, and that should be it, guys. I'm looking forward to the next couple of days of Civil War. It's been a very good holiday so far. You guys and next week is Golden Week, so I'll even have more days off and might try to do some more stuff. Okay. All right, guys. You guys like, share, subscribe, leave your comments below. I'm still kind of on media blackout because of Civil War, but I will check back with you guys next week. Peace.